They say there are 7 deadly sins. You got jealousy, there's sloth, pride, forgetting to call on Mother's Day, stuff like that. Well, then there's greed. Boy, that's really a bad one, huh? Well, that depends. Don't get greedy. It's better to give than to get. Now, normally I would say that's a pretty solid operating system. It's also why I think it's really ironic that when I got really serious about making the most of myself so that I could, among other things, give more and contribute more, that once I started to really get serious about that, it didn't take long for me to realize I was going to have to be a lot more greedy in certain areas of my life. So to cultivate positive thought and a mindset that was going to be empowering, to help me to see and really believe and understand that the world is a good place and it's filled with really good people, it became immediately apparent that I was going to have to be a lot more greedy, a lot more diligent about what I allowed myself to watch and listen to and read. And in many, and maybe even most cases, that wasn't the kind of stuff that's immediately available all around me, it seems like, everywhere I go. Or when I really became more deeply committed to being more resourceful and productive in my work so that I could give more, so that I could contribute more and be even more effective. Well, it seemed obvious right off the bat that I was going to have to be very greedy and guard my time and my attention a lot more closely to keep myself away from the water cooler and from those huddles around desks where there's whispers and gossips and rumors and basically the kinds of things that I began to understand were just basically filling me with emotional poison that didn't serve me well or anybody else in the discussion. Or what about just a level of health in general? And taking responsibility of the food choices that I make and what drinks I drink and what I put into my body and how that affects my ability to be the best version of myself so that I can give more back to the world and to the people that I care about most. Well, as soon as I tuned into that, I became a lot more aware of what choices were always immediately available to me. And what I found was I was going to need to get a lot greedier in terms of what I allowed to have my attention, even what aisle I went to in certain stores, to make sure that I was intentional about going not with what was convenient, but what was best for serving the best version of myself. I quickly learned that I was going to have to get absolutely relentless. And yeah, maybe you could use the word greedy about becoming happy and healthy and a person that could ultimately give and contribute a lot more. They say that greed is one of the 7 deadly sins. In a lot of cases, I can see that that's the case. Ironically, I see that I have to be greedy to keep myself sheltered from that exact kind of greed I think they're talking about. Hey, if you like this video, why not get greedy and see more of them? Subscribe at youtube.com/noscheduleman to get notified of future videos like this. And if you'd like to be in touch with me every day, come see me at theturtletribe.com.